Shocking new images have emerged from Iraq, unsurprisingly by the Islamic State. The images reveal what everyday life under IS would be like. A large crowd gathered to watch militants stoning a blindfolded and bound man and woman to death in Iraq. IS fighters routinely carry out heinous executions in accordance with their radical interpretations of Sharia law. So, Jose, just imagine a large crowd that assembles to watch this kind of terrible thing, people being stoned to death. For what? For premarital sex. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's like a broken record with ISIS. We are seeing every week, every 2 weeks, we see this complete disregard for human life. And it baffles the Western world. Something that is so common in the Western world is premarital sex could get you stoned to death in 2015. It needs to stop, but at the same time, we are seeing that the violence, the level of violence that the Islamic State perpetrates has no limits of even the Muslims. They are killing Muslims because they want to establish an old reading of the Quran that only a small region of the Middle East agrees with.
Almost nobody, yeah. I mean, it's shocking, and like you said, the fact they have no regard for anybody except the people who see things in their very narrow-minded ways. I want to say this is reminding me of some medieval laws, but even they weren't that bad. They're taking us way before that, to the point where it's just ridiculous, you know? It's actually unbelievable, the kinds of things they do. And what they think is the just punishment, public stoning to death. So, that being said, again though, we see modern states like Saudi Arabia who still practice public stoning. Is that surprising though?
No, it is not. I think
a lot of people come from Saudi Arabia to join IS, but they constantly try to remove themselves. No. There's a difference between our beheadings and ISIS beheadings. We have a judicial system. They're just there. They're just radical. They're crazy, but at the same time, they're doing the same stuff. But I can understand why we want to separate the two, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think that is no different. I think the human rights are human rights everywhere in the world, and they should be respected universally, and no one should be stoned to death for being gay, or for having premarital sex, or for blogging against religion. I think that in 2015, we need to figure out a way globally to address these countries that are still taking these, like you said, middle-age approaches to modern problems and modern situations, and it's hard. It's hard because we don't want to impose, but at the same time, we need to find a way to bridge the gap on perception of how things should work.
All right, well, we want to know what you guys have to say about all of this. Are IS and Saudi Arabia's punishments just flat out archaic, or is there a difference between the two? Let us know by commenting, and of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Lip TV for more.